Welcome to Finding Simon. My name is Simon, and for the next year, this channel will be about fixing this amazing 60-foot $1 blue water boat to set out around the world. But in order to tell you my plan, I need to start by telling you a story. Now, before all of this boat stuff, I was a traveler, a nomad. I spent 2 years traveling around in a van, almost a year on a motorcycle, and plenty of times backpacking all over the world. And I wanted more of that. So over 5 years ago, I bought a plywood catamaran, sight unseen, from across the country. I began repairing and rebuilding it, and there was so much wrong with that boat, more than I could possibly know at that point. I had no experience repairing boats or with the ocean. I was so out of my depth, I even told people that I'll be sailing in 6 months. But I was stubborn and I stayed at it. In the process, I became part of the community, working at the food bank and the shipyard, sewing loft, and even for a rescue boat operation. Over the next 5 years, I grinded away at making mistakes and learning everything the hard way. Eventually, I started to realize even if I got this boat where I wanted her, she wouldn't be safe on blue water. She was designed to be flexible and stable. The addition of that cabin, though very comfortable, really did sacrifice the flexibility and ended her blue water traveling days, something I really struggled to come to terms with. So 2 years ago, while deep in the turmoil of repairing and realizing what this boat was all about, I got a call from my friend Ben to tell me about another $1 boat. There's a saying in the boat world, you can't afford a free boat. I had a bit of savings, probably not enough, but it still scared me. It was so big, and I had made so many mistakes already. I called up my friend Barry. I told him about Ben's offer, and I asked him to drop everything and go see this boat. There's a whole video about what happens next, but basically, Barry convinced me that she was worth it. And he somehow also convinced Haley to join us too. We got to work on perihelion, and our savings evaporated. The credit cards maxed out, bodies bruised and burnt out. We set her in the water again and towed her to Gabriola. Since then, the work's been continuing here and there, on and off, but we had to recover ourselves and our finances. Finally, after 2 years, Barry and Haley realized that it wasn't the right boat for them. They're happy with their boat Thunderchild and opted to have me buy them out. We signed the contract, shook hands, and perihelion became 100% mine. So, it's either been 5 years of making mistakes and 2 years of being a coward and not making the right moves at the right time with the right skills and the right information. Or, it's been 5 years of building community, learning, living off-grid. It's been 2 years of shared struggle with my 2 closest friends. It depends on how I'm feeling, honestly. So now I have an opportunity. What's the plan? Perihelion was the best buy for the buck I have ever heard of. She has a decent engine, a generator, a hull with less holes than many, great rig, sails, aluminum spars, expensive canvas covers for everything, and a full teak interior. My plan is to fix what's broken. First and foremost, the deck. She is a famous, infamous leaky tiki. This means she still has plenty of beams to repair and rotten decks to replace. And the electrical is a nightmare. It has to be redone. The plumbing is more of the same, completely gutting what's there to lay in everything properly and safely. The fueling needs to be redone, fuel tanks serviced, generator rebuilt, mast partners repaired, interior freshened up. Everything needs sanding and painting and varnishing. She needs insulation and heating and maybe even cooling. Her rig needs some hardware repaired and replaced, and her davits need fixing. So that's just what she needs to return her to her glory. It's a list, and for a boat it's not even a long list. But what do I want to add? Well, it's still me. Solar, wind, and electric power. I want to mount as much solar and wind on her as I can without taking away any of her blue water capability. Because I'm not giving up on electric propulsion. My plan is to fit her with a hybrid drive system. She will have an inline electric motor to complement her diesel engine. She also has a fantastic diesel generator, so I feel like these can all work together. She needs to be ready to sail around the world, because that is my goal with this boat. Of course, I'm going to take some small steps first and explore my local waters, get to know Vancouver Island and British Columbia in general, but then eventually, yes, the boat's heading south. And I think we're going to take a right turn and head into the Pacific, island hopping all through the South Pacific, go check out Asia, spend a lot of time in the Indian Ocean, heck, might as well continue around the world after that. So join me on my journey. I'm sure it will not go as planned at all, but I can guarantee it'll be interesting. Cheers. New episodes every Friday.